Hi guys, welcome to my first YouTube tutorial. Today I will be showing you how to do a Minnie Mouse face paint. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This would help me tremendously. And also, all the products used will be linked in the description below. My first tip would be using a practice board. I definitely recommend this technique that I use, which I purchased laminating sheets off of Amazon. I cut them in half and I paint on the rougher side, which is usually the inside, and that way I can keep a progress. It won't rub off, and I keep a progress of how I am improving throughout time. I also like to keep these as designs. You can put them on your board and so forth. So it's really awesome just as a keepsake. Definitely recommend. Let's get started. I grab a sponge of your liking, spritz that gently with some water, and apply some pink. This is a combination pot that I have. Usually when I have pinks left, I tend to mix them up. That way I don't waste any of my products. Pink tends to be one of those that I quickly run out of. So that way if I have anything left, I put it in here and I use it generally on the nose and cheek areas to give a little bit, that little makeup look, which girls tend to love. I grabbed this split cake that I made myself. There's a very similar one on Silly Farm, which I tagged below. However, this one I made specifically to have a little bit more white for my rose buds and my rose petals. I'm going to be using this brush. It's a 3/4 angle brush, and I'm going to go ahead and start with my bow. I dipped it in a bit of water, and now I'm starting in a side-to-side motion, trying to get the most coverage I can. You want to start with the loop, 2 little loops, and a circle in the middle. And of course the color of this can change depending on what the little girl would like. A red one, I just stick to pink since that tends to be the most popular color for this design. I'm now going to grab my tag black. This is a 90 grams of black paint. I'm gonna grab a Silly Farm paint pal. It's a little drop, and I will now make 2 circles on the side to mimic the ears. I will say the thing with these practice boards is that you have to be a little bit more generous when it comes to adding more product and water, since it does tend to absorb a little more, which is why I constantly redip. But other than that, it's awesome. I will now be creating kind of like a crown. I will be going towards the focal point, which is between the eyes. And I will be creating a nose by doing 2 little drops like this. I like to do a heart-shaped nose. I feel like it gives it a little bit more cuteness to the design. I will now grab a smaller liner brush. I got this brush at the art store. It came in a package. However, I just feel that it's very good because it has a very thin detail to it. So this is awesome to get into lines and kind of outlining the designs. So I'm going back into my tag black paint, and I will be soaking that brush in, and I will start outlining my design, kind of fixing up some smaller details and starting to outline some of my bow as well. So now I will go ahead and pick up my Loew Effects white paint. This tends to be out of stock a lot. However, tag also works just as well. I'm using the number 6 Loew Cornell brush. I'm doing a few spritz of water, and I'm so sorry. I realized that there was pink on this. I was practicing, and for some reason it didn't completely wash out. However, I tend to roll my brush in a circular motion, which creates a well over time. However, I do this to create a point at the end, the pointiest brush I can, and that helps when it comes to teardrops. It just gives you a finer point, and you don't want your bristles to be all over the place. I will start by creating a little cluster. I create 4, and what you do on one side, always remember to do to the other. Create some symmetry, and of course, all your teardrops, make sure you're focusing them to your center focal points, which are in the forehead, towards the eyes. That way, your design will be way more appealing. From here, you're pretty much done. I do add a little optional details and highlights to my design. That way it can highlight some of the darker areas. However, this is completely optional, and if you don't have time, feel free to skip this. I now will be applying some color to the lips. Girls love this. Some of them don't understand that this is water paint, so when they do drink something, they tend to come back and my lipstick is smeared and so forth. I do use these single lipstick sticks whenever I am at gigs. It's more sanitary. However, for the sake of this video, I just used my brush. I'll be applying some glitter to my design. Sometimes I forget at gigs, oh my gosh, I forgot to apply glitter. So what I recommend is asking them to close their eyes, sprint some water from a far distance, not a close one, and now apply a little bit of glitter. This is just a translucent glitter. I believe this is Mama Clown glitter. And that's all. Your design is pretty much done. I do tend to do this way more fast on the job. However, for the sake of this video, I did try to go a little slower here. I hope you guys liked. Please comment, like, and subscribe. This is my first tutorial, so please be kind. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you guys.